Get ready to grow. Welcome to the program dedicated to Nebraska's #1 industry, agriculture. Farmers react to markets on a downward slide for crops and trending up for beef. We will also take a look at what's driving the price of distillers' grains and how to adjust livestock nutritional needs accordingly. And what's with the hard hat? Well, we're here inside the Nebraska building, the latest at the Nebraska State Fair. We will learn much more about the agriculture experience. But we start with a look at Nebraska's economic forecast that sees modest growth ahead as income declines for Nebraska farmers. The Nebraska Business Forecast Council's latest report says the state's farm income is expected to stabilize at about $5.1 billion this year, a drop of about 7.3% from last year and well below the record $7.5 billion in 2011. The council cites the predicted drop in ag income in saying the rest of the state's economy will grow modestly over the next couple of years, trailing growth in the rest of the country. The council expects a 1.1% increase in the number of Nebraska jobs this year. Corn is certainly the top crop in Nebraska, but lowering prices could see farmers plant more soybeans. A December survey by Farm Futures indicated farmers intend to reduce corn planting 3% from last year and boost soybeans about 7.6%. The USDA will release the first official report on farmer intentions in March. Over the next 6 weeks, farmers will work out budgets to determine the corn-soybean mix for the year. Meanwhile, several workshops across Nebraska will help producers who are growing specialty crops. UNL's Nebraska Cooperative Development Center is leading the program. Casey Foster with the Nebraska Agriculture Department says the program should help the economy in the state because specialty crops like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and Christmas trees are often sold near where they are grown. The dates are right there on your screen, including contact information. While some are looking at different crop rotations, others are looking at a different mix when it comes to input, including fertilizer options. NTV's Grow co-host Marilyn Barnett has more.
Using manure as fertilizer is not necessarily a new concept, but it is a growing business. I was able to speak with a Nebraska farmer and pig producer about how he's able to capitalize on this market and even help other farmers put more money into their pockets.
Turning waste into a moneymaker.
And you have to do something with it, so why not? Don't waste it, actually put it on and make use of it.
Jason Arp is a farmer. He raises corn and soybeans. He also raises pigs and decided to use the manure runoff as fertilizer.
Pump lagoons, deep pit barns, drag a hose through the field and inject the manure into the ground as we're going.
And one big benefit is the payback, reducing input costs plus applying an effective product.
It kind of falls in about 65 to 70% of commercial cost value. So it saves the producer quite a bit of money.
The trick is knowing how and where to apply it.
Do the same effect as the commercial stuff?
It actually will do a little bit better because there's so many micronutrients in it. It will build the ground faster than commercial.
And now his custom pump liquid manure company is picking up steam as producers look for different ways to boost their bottom line.
So are you seeing more people going that route?
It's gotten very big very fast. Yes.
Nebraska farmers, if you're wanting to use manure as fertilizer, you need to be certified by the state. UNL, they are having workshops all across the state to help you get certified, and you can find more information. Just contact your local extension office.
After several years of skyrocketing farmland values, prices may be coming back to earth. Farm Credit Services of America has crunched the numbers. The price of farmland in Nebraska rose an astronomical 325% in the last decade. But in the last 6 months, prices are virtually unchanged. However, irrigated land continues to gain in value somewhat. The biggest factor is the slide in corn prices, down from around $7 closer to $4 a bushel. That's just one of many issues discussed at a Nebraska Lead Conference, and NTV's Alyssa Willard has more.
But to grow the food to put on the table for a family of 4 in Omaha for one day, just to grow the food, takes 1,700 gallons of water.
Critical aspects of water, marketing, and real estate on the farm are particularly important to farmers during the current age of agriculture, and were the main topics of the annual LEAD Alumni Conference over the weekend. Water utilization and conservation has also been a hot topic for many years. Event speaker and candidate for Governor Tom Carlson says a better effort can be made for the state to conserve this important building block of life.
When we have excess water that comes into the state, and I mentioned that most people will agree that we have about 1 million acre-feet of water that comes into the state, but 8 million that leaves the state. So we do need to hold more of that water in a position where in dry times it can be used to our advantage.
Carlson applauded those who were a part of the water diverting project from the Colorado floodwaters last year, which ultimately added water to the dry canals in the area. Many feel as time goes on, capturing more water in an efficient way will pay off for the state.
We need to build some new structures so that we can capture more water. We need to do some rehabbing on existing structures so that they function better. And this will all help us with our increase in the supply, but it'll take time and it costs money.
The current economic impact on real estate was also a major talking point. With farmland prices currently high and the market numbers going down, some may say the trade-off isn't right. But experts say farmland numbers are starting to go down.
We still continue to see strong demand for cropland in Iowa, Nebraska, and the upper Midwest. We do think that prices of sales activity has maintained in 2013, but is beginning to level off, and we've seen maybe a slight decrease in the third and fourth quarters of 2013.
The yearly conference is not just a time for members to get caught up on policies and operation management, but it's also a time to reconnect and network with others.
In Kansas, snow cover is protecting some of the winter wheat crop. A K-State agronomy professor says the snow reduced the risk of damage to winter wheat in bitterly cold conditions. Some damage can be expected when the soil temperature drops into the single digits. The Manhattan Mercury reports soil temperatures were about 9 degrees in north central Kansas January 6th and in the 20s out west, which means crop damage was less likely in the western part of Kansas. In Nebraska, the cold winds and lack of moisture could be putting the state's winter wheat crop in dire straits. The Nebraska Wheat Board says 30 to 40% of the panhandle has seen wind erosion, exposing plant crowns and subjecting them to possible winter kill. In the southern portions of the state, wind erosion is moderately severe, and producers in the southwest corner of the state can expect 25 to 35% winter kill in the area. We are here this week at the Nebraska State Fair, where the story of agriculture takes center stage in the latest building under construction.
The story of Nebraska agriculture needs to be told in ways that share, this is how we really do things. This is how we care for our animals. This is how we grow crops in an environmentally sustainable way.
That's the main corridor into the space.
So we're going to have a whole bunch of different kinds of experiences where young people, families can come in. So this is going to be a Disney-like experience. To sit in the equivalent of a combine cab and see what it's like to harvest these crops.
Plans are been moving along, the building construction moving along. Hopefully the fair offices themselves will be able to move in May. The university and the Department of Agriculture will take possession of their space, I'm thinking in April.
This isn't just kind of your regular go visit a farm deal. This is going to be about the science and the art of agriculture and the people, the real people that produce our food.
About a 60,000 square foot building, and this of course has always been the intended home for the agriculture exhibit that has been in the exhibition building over there.
And what that means is that our capacity to engage a large number of people all at the same time is really going to be incredible. Agriculture changes every day. And so this exhibit is going to be designed in such a way that we can update it, we can bring new information in, we can create new video, we can have new conversations about the latest and the kinds of things that are going on in agriculture right now.
And one of those groups that's supporting this project is getting new leadership. Don Hutchins is retiring from the Nebraska Corn Board after 27 years. The board of directors has selected Juanita native Kelly Brunkhorst to the top post. He currently serves as head of research for the Corn Board. The board, of course, is responsible for the corn checkoff on every bushel. The move is effective this summer. 2 Nebraska teachers are honored for bringing agriculture into the classroom. Kathy Bohack and Patty Romshak, both teachers at East Butler Public School in Brainerd, were honored. They are the 2014 Nebraska Farm Bureau and Egg in the Classroom Teachers of the Year. The 2 teachers were able to bring excitement to their classrooms through a variety of activities, lessons, and experiments. Students were able to dive into agriculture from soil to plate with 6 units spanning 2 weeks covering soil, soybean, corn, pork, beef, and nutrition. An ethanol byproduct has been a hot product for Nebraska's cattle feeders, but what's going on with the price of that distiller's product? Find out after the break.